So you can ask her more questions. Any more questions?
May I ask some questions?
Yes.
Do you wear a watch?
Yes, I usually do wear a watch. I actually got it for my 11th birthday. It's a Fitbit and I use it to record my steps, especially when I go to places like national parks where I hike a lot. But I forgot to bring it to India, so I'm not wearing it right now. But I do have a watch.
All right.
All
Next.
right. Why do some people wear expensive watches?
Well, I think why some people, I honestly don't know why, but I think maybe they wear it just so it can look nice or just to brag about it.
Brag about it. Very good answer. Okay. Show off. Brag about it.
To
Exactly.
show how rich they are, how much money they have. Or maybe they just wear it because they have they just like collecting watches and they
All right. Other questions?
Do you, do you think it is important to wear a watch and why?
Yes, I think it's important to wear a watch because some places you go to, like my own classroom in school, it did not have the time. And I'm a person who likes to know the time exactly when it is, so I can know how much time it is until lunch or PE. And if I don't know, then I start like losing track of my schoolwork just to think about what time it is. So I think we should have a watch just in case there isn't one in the room.
All right. आपको समझ आ रहा है?
Can I ask?
हाँ. चलो. Next question.
Can I ask?
Yes, Saloni. Go ahead.
Okay. Tia, tell me one thing which you would like to change about your country, which you don't like.
Which you don't like about your country.
Can I go? I can do anything.
Yes.
Okay, fine. The one thing I don't like about my country is, so with our Declaration of Independence, we have a Bill of Rights that are amendments to it. And the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms, which means you're allowed to have guns in this country. And I do not like that rule at all because that means anybody, any evil person or like any bad person in this country, in my country, could have a gun and use it on harmless people who don't have any to defend themselves. So I do not like that rule at all. I hope it's changed.
So,
Okay. It's nice.
I don't know if I should have done that one.
she's answering very, very nicely. And
Yeah.
yes. Ask.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. And it's true.
Yes, and she's given a very nice answer to that because US में आप सुनते हो ना कि गन लेके किसी ने इतने बच्चों को शूट कर दिया.
Yes.
And
And especially the drugs things are
Yeah.
very,
Yes.
they are very common.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So for her age, I think she's answering pretty well, very nicely.
Yes, it's a very matured answer.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice, Tia.
Yeah. Ask more questions. You'll learn how to
Gia.
answer. Yes. Gia.
Do you like talking with people?
It depends.
Okay.
Like if a completely new person in my class just starts up talking to me, I feel overwhelmed because usually I don't talk to many people. But if I get to know somebody and talk to them, I enjoy talking to them.
Thank you.
Yeah, like a teacher. I'm fine with talking to the teacher.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Any
What
other?
quality you like in your nanny?
I think she's a really good teacher. After I've seen other teachers, like this year's English teacher, I think she teaches English really well compared to others. Like this year's my 5th grade English teacher, all she made us do for the whole class time was read fiction books. And that did not help us at all. No grammar practice, no writing practice, no reading comprehension, just read books for your entire 1 hour, 40-minute period. And I thought that was really boring and it taught me nothing for my exams at the end of the year.
Great.
Undoubtedly, ma'am is a brilliant teacher. On the top of that, ma'am is so charming.
All right. So you can ask more questions about these short answer questions, which you have to say in the intro sets, which you don't get ideas to speak on. You can ask more of them.
Are you supposed to answer short questions?
Yes.
Shortly or long?
Yes, long, short answers.
Like 2 minutes though?
No, just 30, 20, 10, 20, 30 seconds. Yes. Pick up any topic from your intro sets, like sports or sitting down or hometown or, cake, running, pen or pencil, history. Ask any questions on
I
history.
don't know history,
Let's see how you
Okay.
answer without
especially if
knowing.
it's Indian history.
Yes. No, that's not
Gia,
correct. Yes.
Gia, where is your favorite place to sit?
Favorite place to sit?
Yeah.
In my house, I have a reading nook, which is basically a couch with comfortable pillows and a stack of books on a stool. And I love to read in that place because it gives me time to relax there.
And do you always sit down for a long time?
Sit down for a long time. Like in the reading nook?
Yeah, anywhere. Do you like to sit for long or you get up?
Well, it depends like what I'm sitting on. Like if somebody's reading a lot of really good book, like a Harry Potter book, then yes, I could sit down for a really long time. Or if I'm watching a magic show, I could sit down for hours. But if I'm watching some students at my school giving a presentation, I may want to get up after every 5 minutes because their presentations are so boring.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you
And
do you, do you like watching TV or reading the books?
I like reading books more than watching TV.
Why?
Well, because actually,
Why do you like to read books more than watching TV?
because whenever I watch TV, my brother Tane never lets me pick the channel, so I never even get to watch things I like. And also reading books, I think I manage. Whenever I watch TV, the characters always make their own voices for me. But whenever I read the books, I get to use my own imagination to like hear different sounds and imagine my own places of the books.
See, that is the answer you write in the essay also, that these are the ideas. And, see how well she's generating ideas right in front of you without even preparing for these,
My
you know.
teachers have asked, but some of them.
Okay. So any other questions?
What kind of books you like? Fiction,
Definitely,
story?
definitely fiction, fantasy. I absolutely hate nonfiction books. Like I only read them if I have to. And some series I like are the Harry Potter series, Percy Jackson series, Arusha series, Series of Unfortunate Events, whatever after. Like all of them include a little bit of magic in them.
Fantasy.
Who is your favorite author?
J.K.
Author?
J.K. Rowling of the Harry Potter series.
Oh, that's great.
She has finished the Harry Potter series 3 times.
Huh?
How many times have you read the Harry Potter series?
4 or
Complete
5 times.
4 or 5 times. All the books
Great.
over and over again.
wow.
Yeah.
Which part is the most favorite in Harry Potter?
I like the battles the best. Like not the best. I actually like when they're in Hogwarts the best and attending the classes. I like to hear about what is mean by please.
What you like about these books?
I like the Twizzler tournament of the 4th book. It's like a tournament where wizards from different schools met up to do a competition. They fought against dragons, went underwater to like retrieve a special weapon, and went through a maze full of dangerous animals and spells.
That's great.
Yeah. You can ask her questions about pen or pencil, market. See, we've written answers as we thought the answers can be given by the students. But when you are asking her, she's giving very natural, spontaneous answers, which can which can help you generate more ideas about how to answer these short questions, right? And I think you must be thinking on those lines now that they're so simple to answer. Just go on and speak. Don't worry about vocabulary. No need of any tough vocabulary to go on, right? Just be natural and fluent. Anybody would like to ask any more questions?
Do you collect things?
Do I collect things? Not really. I haven't started any collection yet, except if you count books, because at the end of the year, all of my teachers allow me to take a couple of books home. So I guess in a way I collect books, but not of a particular series, just like all fantasy books.
Okay. What kind of things are boring to you?
Probably the most boring thing I've ever done in my life are listen to presentations at my school, because we have to listen to like 50 presentations in a row, and then each student wants to say everything they can. That's like 10 minutes long. So 500 minutes of just sitting down and listening to presentations is like really boring to me. Thanks.
Okay. And what do you do when you feel bored?
Sometimes I pretend to take notes and I draw, like, not really. Whenever they start presenting something, I just think about something else and don't listen to a thing they're saying. But then in the end, I always make sure to write down a couple of things to show I've been paying attention.
Oh, so you just show that you are paying attention.
Yeah, but I'm actually like in my own other world.
Okay. All right.
That's great. So, do you think school is boring?
No, I love school. I love the lessons and I like visiting. I like going around with my friends in the school, and it's really fun in some ways. I think it's really important.
What do you want to change in your school?
Probably all the bullying in my school. Like one time a person punched another person's lip and it got all bloated, and I hated when that happened. But other than that, I think my school is pretty great.
So there is bullying in your school.
Yeah, a
right?
little bit, but it doesn't happen to like me in particular. It just happens to students, and I don't like. Somebody named herself
Hmm?
Somebody named herself.
Yes. Somebody's name is why. Okay. So any other questions?
What do you want to change in your house?
In my house. Like, does he mean by housekeeping or does
House.
so like even the people in my house?
No, not people, thing.
Because I would
She would like to change some people in the house. Who would you like to change?
my brother.
My brother. Okay.
I would like to change our attic. It's like really messy, and every time you open it, a bunch of cockroaches fall down, which always gross me out. I hate cockroaches and roaches and bugs.
So
And-
attic is the thing that she would like to change in her house. Because every time she opens it, cockroaches fall.
I don't even open it myself. Somebody else opens it.
Okay.
Jia, do
Do
you
you have-
like to try new activities?
क्या सुना नहीं?
Do you like to try new activities?
Yeah, I like to try new things. I cannot say I'm really good at whenever I try new things like sports. I tried ball, which is kind of like baseball, and I could not do it really well. But I still think it's fun to try new things because I get bored of doing old things over and over again.
Thank you.
So if you are
Jia-
done asking questions, then I'll ask a few students who would like to answer a few questions. Now that you know what it is to sound like a native speaker, you have to be very simple. So who would like to answer one set of questions? Let Gayatri. 3, 4.
Ji, ma'am.
Chalo pucho Jia. Ask these.
Do you prefer to use a pen or pencil?
I prefer to use pencil because it's easy. The second thing is cheaper than the pen, and third, I can erase and rewrite it.
When was the last time you bought a pen or pencil?
I guess a month ago when I started preparation for IELTS, I bought a whole box of pencil with a sharpener and eraser.
How would you react if someone sent you a pen as a gift?
I feel so good. In India, in my board examination, many people gifted me the pen, and I felt so good because by giving pen to someone, they are just giving me blessings that I do good in my exams like that.
That's all. Next set, anybody would like to answer? Anybody here?
Yep.
Yes, Vipul ko pucho. History ke pucho.
Have you ever been to the museum to learn history?
Yeah, I have visited so many museums, and I think it's a good to see the museum because knowing to the history and see the the old things which is used to by the people. It's always amazed to know the history.
So all right.
Do you think history is important? Also, he already said that.
I
Right?
I think history is most important because you learn a lot from the history, like how the people survive and how people used to do that. From the history, you knows the culture and you knows the human things. So I think it's history is important to know.
All right.
When was the last time you read a book about history?
A long time ago, because I was a student, then it was a regular period in my school where we learn history and we know the chapter by chapter. So not recently, only the other way to know the Discovery Channel and some the broadcast to know like history. But books I used to read long time ago.
Next set. Who would like to answer another set of questions? Yes,
will
Vijay. Pucho.
Do you like dessert?
Yes, I like dessert a lot. Uh, Especially dessert here. You mean sweet dishes, right?
Sweet dish, yeah,
But
dessert. Huh?
yeah, yeah. So the Bengali sweet dishes, especially very famous at my place. I like a lot having that, and I make laddus, which is of besan laddus, which is the gram flour, uh, uh, which is made up of gram flour, and I made it so delicious, and everyone likes it at my home, and I
I
like it
make
too.
it. I make it very delicious. Okay. Made नहीं. Okay. मैं
Mhm.
बनाती हूँ. हाँ.
Do you like eating cakes?
Yes, I love eating cake, and my favorite cake is Black Forest.
What desserts do Indian people like?
What
What
dessert?
what desserts do Indian people like?
Well, there are many desserts liked by Indian people. It varies according to the places. As I mentioned, that Bengali sweet dishes are also very famous. Apart from it, gulab jamun, laddus, and some variety of desserts are famous here. And of course, people enjoy cake or an ice cream after meal.
Have you ever made a cake?
No, though I tried, but I wasn't succeeded in it. So
I
no,
wasn't successful in it. I didn't
I
succeed.
was
Yeah, I wasn't successful. All right.
I wasn't successful.
Very nicely answered, Gayatri, Vijeta. All of you are doing very well.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we can call it a day. But I would Gia is here with me, so if anyone wants to practice speaking, Gia can give you half an hour session in between at times. Okay, so you let me know if anybody is willing, and you can have a one-on-one session of speaking with Gia anytime you want. And I'm really blessed to have such a granddaughter, because I'm so impressed. Yeah. Tane. He is a okay.
He's
So
so
and
nice, man.
yes, and when she was 7, she came here 4 years back, and she was just 7 at that time. She used to go with me to my offline centers, and there she used to enjoy conducting speaking sessions with the students. And now she feels so bored that, Nani, why don't you go to those centers? So I tell her that
Find it more boring at the centers than here.
I find it more
Yeah.
boring at the centers, but I find it this more interesting. But she found that more. She's been telling me ever since she's come by, when are you going to go to a center? I want to go with you, and we'll conduct speaking. So, so if anybody wants to conduct speaking, Gia, I'll be happy to give you a session. All right, let me know. What?
So sweet of you. Thank you,
Yeah.
dear.
All right. So see you tomorrow morning. We'll be discussing two reading passages, reading 2, volume 1, the second passage and the third passage. All right. Okay. See you in the morning.